Engine 11, Rescue 12. Respond for a possible heart attack. RP indicates the subject is lying down and is clutching his chest.
On the way!
Listening.
On my way!
What's up? Let's go.
Yeah, on our way. What's up? On my way! Yeah, will do.
On our way. Will be done immediately.
Engine 9, 11, Squad 57, Rescue 257. Respond for a multiple vehicle accident with multiple subjects trapped. Be advised that MCD is also responding and TD is responding as well.
On the way! On the way! On the way! On the way! On the way!
What's up? Consider it done.
On the way! Listening! On my way! Yeah? On our way! On my way! Understood! Yeah? Yeah? On the way!
What's up?
Got it! What's up? On our way! Yeah, will be done immediately. On the way. Listening. On the way. I'm on it. Listening.
On our way.
On my way. We'll be done immediately. Listening. On our way. On my way.
What's up? We'll be done immediately. On my way. Yeah? We'll be done immediately.
Listening. Okay. Listening. On our way. Listening. Consider it done. Listening. Let's go. On my way. Listening. On our way. Yeah. On our way. What's up?
What's up? On my way.
On the way. Yeah. Let's go. On the way. Listening. On the way. Listening. On the way. What's up? Yeah? I'm on it. On our way. Listening. Let's go. Listening. On my way. Yeah. On my way. Yeah? What's up? Will do. On the way. What's up? I'm on it.
What's up?
On the way. What's up? Immediately. Yeah. On my way. Will do. On my way. What's up? I'm on it. What's up? Will be done immediately.
We'll be done immediately.
What's up?
We'll be done immediately.
Listening. On our way. What's up? On my way. Let's go. On our way. On my way. What's up? On our way.
Listening. On my way. Consider it done.
Yeah? I'm on it.
Yeah?
On our way. Listening. On the way.
Engine 11, Engine 34, Squad 34, Rescue 30. Respond for a vehicle fire. We have no word on injuries. The vehicle is blocking the roadway and is interfering with traffic. We're advising CHP.
What's up? On my way.
On our way. What's up? Yeah?
Yeah?
Engine 33, Squad 34, Rescue 64. Respond for an unknown medical. Subject appears to be lying down.
Listening. On our way. Listening. On our way. Yeah? Listening. On our way. On my way. Let's go. Yeah? On my way. What's up? Immediately. Yeah? On my way. Will be done immediately. Yeah? On our way. Listening. On my way. Listening. Yeah, on my way. Will do. On my way.
Unit, respond for a 488.
On our
Subject
way.
is calling from his business where he witnessed the subject putting merchandise in his pocket.
What's
The
up? On
subject
my
has
way.
left the business and is on foot, heading southbound. No weapons, no description.
Yeah? Okay.
units. We have reports of a man with a gun. Several RPs have indicated that they see a subject, unknown description, with a gun, and he's firing shots at passing vehicles. Units also be advised that we're getting reports of shots fired in that area. All units break and cover, fire, and rescue will stage. Be advised that we have Air 32 responding. Engine 33, Engine 57, Engine 64, Hazmat 77, Battalion 33. Respond for a chemical fire. RP says there are containers of an unknown chemical nearby and it appears that they're igniting. Be advised that we have MCU responding as well.
On my way! What's up?
Engine 9, Rescue 209. Respond for an unknown medical. RP says that she saw a subject suddenly fall to the ground.
Listening. On my way. Understood. Yeah. Understood. On my way. Consider it done. On our way. On my way. On my way. Yeah? On my way. Listening. On my way. Yeah? I'm on it. On my way. On my way. Listening. Consider it done. On our way.
Attention all units, respond for a 211 strong arm. Suspect is still in the area and on foot. We have no weapons or description. The victim is refusing an ambulance. We'll advise Air 32.
Yeah, I'm on it. Yeah, on our way. Do. On our way.
Units, respond for a 488. RP is calling from his business where he witnessed the subject putting merchandise in his pocket. The subject has left the business and is on foot, heading southbound. No weapons, no description. Engine 33, Squad 34, Rescue 64. Respond for an unknown medical. Subject appears to be lying down.
On our way. Listening. What's up? Consider it done. On my way.
Oh.
On my way.
Engine 33, Squad 34, Rescue 57. Respond for a fall victim. RP is calling from the area and says that she witnessed the subject falling, but the subject has not gotten up.
Yes, sir. On my way. On my way. Yeah? Yeah? What's on my way. On my way. Yeah. Will do. We'll be done immediately. Let's go. Yeah? Yeah? On my way. Consider it done. Listening. What's up? On my way. What's up?
Attention all units, respond for a 211 strong arm. Suspect is still in the area and on foot. We have no weapons or description. The victim is refusing an ambulance. We'll advise Air 32.
What's up? Will do. We'll be done immediately. Yeah? On my way. Yeah? On my way. Yeah? On our way.
Engine 9, 11, Squad 57, Rescue 257. Respond for a multiple vehicle accident with multiple subjects trapped. Be advised that MCU is also responding and PD is responding as well.
On my way. On my way. On my way. What's up? Consider it done. On my way. What's up? I'm on it. Yes, sir. On my way. On my way.
Engine 33, Squad 34, Rescue 64. Respond for an unknown medical. Subject appears to be lying down.
On my way. On my way. On my way. What's up? Consider it done. On my way. Yeah? Yeah? Consider it done. Consider it done. On our way. What's up? What's up? On our way. Consider it done. What's up? On my way. Listening. Yeah, on my way. I'm on it. On our way. Listening. On my way. Will be done immediately. Listening. On my way.
Engine 9, Rescue 209. Respond for an unknown medical. RP says that she saw a subject suddenly fall to the ground.
On our way. What's up? On my way. What's up? Will do. On my way. On it. Yeah.
Engine 77, Rescue 78. Respond for an unknown medical. RP says that she sees a subject lying face down. We're advising PD.
Yeah? Listening. On my way. I'm on it. On my way. Listening. Will do. What's up? I'm on it. What's up? On my way. Yeah, will do. On our way. Yeah, on my way.
Engine 33, Squad 34, Rescue 57. Respond for a fall victim. RP is calling from the area and says that she witnessed the subject falling, but the subject has not gotten up.
On our way. Yeah, on our way.
What's up? Let's go.
Yeah, on my way. Yeah? What's up? Will do. On my way.
Engine 11, Engine 34, Squad 34, Rescue 30. Respond for a vehicle fire. We have no word on injuries. The vehicle is blocking the roadway and is interfering with traffic. We're advising CHP.
Yeah? What's up? Will do. On our way.
Engine 9, Engine 77, Engine 78, Truck 64, Battalion 209. Respond for a structure fire possibly caused by an electrical appliance. Be advised there are injuries.
On our way. On my way. On my way. Immediately. Yeah. What's up? On my way. Listening. Understood. Yeah, on my way. No problem. On our way. What's up? Will do. On our way. Listening. On our way. Listening. Consider it done. On the way. On the way. What's up? On our way. Listening. On the way.
Engine 57, Rescue 64. Respond for 1056A. Subject is threatening to take his own life. PD is also responding.
Yeah, on the way. Understood. Yeah. I'm on it. Listening. Got it. On our way. Got it. Confirming. What's up? Yes, sir. Consider it done. Confirming. What's up? Consider it done. What's up? Yes. Will do. I'm on it.
Engine 11, Rescue 12. Respond for a possible heart attack. RP indicates the subject is lying down and is clutching his chest.
On the way. On the way. Listening. What's up? Will do. Yeah? Listening. On our way. Let's go. Listening. On our way.
Engine 33, Squad 34, Rescue 64. Respond for an unknown medical. The subject appears to be lying down.
What's up? Let's go.
On my way. Will be done immediately. Listening. On our way. On our way. What's up? On my way. Yeah. On our way. I'm on it. What's up? On my way.
Attention all units. Respond for a possible 451 in the area. We have several calls indicating that they've seen a subject, unknown description, in the area possibly starting fires. Be advised we're also rolling fire.
Listening. Immediately. Listening. On our way. Okay. I'm on it. Listening. I'm on it. On my way.
Yeah, on my way. I'm on it.
On our way. Immediately. On my way. On my way. On my way. Yeah. On my way. Listening. Will do. What's up? On my way. What's up? Will do. Immediately. Listening. On my way. I'm on it. Listening. On our way. Yeah? Yes. Listening. On my way. On my way. What's up? On my way. Consider it done. Will be done immediately. On our way. Yeah? What's up? Yes. On the way. What's up? On our way. I'm on it. Yeah? Consider it done. Will be done immediately. What's up? Okay. On the way. What's up? Will be done immediately. Yeah? On our way. Will be done immediately. Listening. On the way. Okay. Yeah? Consider it done. Yeah? Will be done immediately. Roger. What's up? Okay. On our way. Consider it done. What's up? Will be done immediately. Roger. On our way. What's up? Listening. Consider it done. Will do. Yeah. On the way. Roger.
Yeah, on my way. Got it.
Listening. On our way. What's up? On the way. Yeah, on the way. What's on our way? What's up? Let's go. On our way.
Yeah? On my way.
On our way. On the way. Immediately. On the way. Consider it done. Yeah. On our way. On our way. On the way. Aye, aye, sir. Listening. Let's go. On the way. Listening. On our way. Consider it done. What's up? On the way. What's up? On the way. Will do. What's up? On our way. No problem. Yeah. On the way. What's up? Yes. Yeah, on the way. No problem. Yes, sir. Yeah, let's go. On our way. On our way. On the way. Listening. Will do. On the way. Yeah. On our way. On the way. What's up? On the way. Yeah. On the way. Consider it done. What's up? Will do. On our way. No problem. What's up? On our way. Yes, sir. On the way. What's up? Will be done immediately. On the way. Yeah. On the way. What's up? On our way. On our way. Yeah. On the way. Will be done immediately. On my way. Listening. What's up? On the way. Understood. Listening. Will be done immediately. On my way.
Listening. On my way.
What's that? Understood.
Yeah? On my way.
On our way.
Yeah? On our way.
What's that? On the way. Yeah. On the way. On the way. On the way. What's up? What's up? On the way. Listening. Understood. On our way. Consider it done. Yeah. On our way. Listening. On the way. No problem. On the way. Yeah. No problem. On our way. Listening. On the way. On our way. Yeah. On the way. On the way. What's up? On the way. On the way. What's up? On the way.
Yeah? On our way.
On the way. Consider it done. What's on our way? Got it.
Yeah? On my way.
On the way. On our way. Yeah. Yeah, on our way. Understood. Yeah, on our way. On our way. What's up? I'm on it. Consider it done. What's up? Understood. Consider it done. Listening. On the way. Will do. What's up? On the way. On the way. What's up? Will be done immediately. What's up? Yeah, on the way. On the way. Listening. What's up? On the way.
Let's on our way. Roger.
Listening. On the way. On the way. Yeah. Yeah. On our way. What's up? On our way. What's up? On the way. Confirming. What's up? Will do. Yeah. Will do. What's up? Consider it done. On the way. What's up? I'm on it. Immediately. Yes, sir. Listening. Will do. Got it. Yes. Yeah. I'm on it. Yeah, immediately. What's up? On the way.
Yeah, on our way. What's up? On my way. What's up? On our way.
On the way. On the way. Yeah? On my way! What's up? What's up? What's up? Will be done immediately. Listening. Consider it done. Listening. On my way. On my way. On my way. Listening. On my way. What's up? Listening. Yeah? On my way! On my way! What's up? Will be done immediately.
Engine 11, Engine 34, Squad 34, Rescue 30. Respond for a vehicle fire. We have no word on injuries. The vehicle is blocking the roadway and is interfering with traffic. We're advising CHP. Attention all units. We have reports of a suspicious person. We've had several calls on this one. Several VRPs